My name is David, and we're going to talk about a 48-year-old age gap. He was an aeronautical engineer from Orange County. There are 8 states in America with Orange County, and well, we're talking about Orange County, California. She was a Filipina, 48 years his junior. He met her online. Earlier this year, he ended their relationship, but not for the reasons you're thinking. Marriages end for many reasons, but we will get to that. What is my connection to this 40-year age gap? I was sitting in this Starbucks because it had excellent Wi-Fi. This was 14 years ago. It was the same Starbucks I was sitting in when I had this encounter, which led me to my Lady Guard tutorial video. Now, I'm working away on my laptop in Starbucks, and a Filipina approached me out of the blue and asked if I know anything about Orange County, California. I did. My mother lived in Santa Ana for 2 decades. The Filipina wanted to talk, so I asked her to sit down. She asked me about one town in Orange County. 99% of you have not heard of this town. I hired an elder law attorney there from my stepfather. The city is just a blip on the freeway. Kind of ironic, I hired an elder care attorney from the city. She was marrying a guy 48 years older than her, and I answered her questions on the area, schools, potential for work. The Filipina had a 3-year-old daughter, and I pointed out the city was very close to Disneyland. The Filipina had been visited by a much older retired aeronautical engineer twice. He wanted to marry her and bring her to America. I was impressed. Most Filipinas think America's homogeneous. They don't care where you end up in America. The Filipina actually wanted to do research before making her decision. After our talk, I gave the woman my email and I told her to email me if she had any questions. Anytime there's a video of even a paltry 25-year age gap, it is flooded with negative comments. The negative comments are made by guys, well, maybe they had a bad relationship with a younger Filipina, or they've never visited the Philippines. The woman I met in Starbucks was marrying a guy a half century older than she was. I was going out with 2 friends on Friday, plus our significant others. Our combined age gap with our special ladies is 73 years. Before you think we're all robbing the cradle, that's not how age gap works. Rob will be there on Friday. His backstory is he dated one Filipina in Manila. He married her. He's 18 years older than she is. How did he meet her? He has a business partner. The guy said, hey, my sister's really nice and she's single. Want to go out with her? Rob was going to take one for the team and go out on just one date. When a guy fixes you up with his sister, you don't really ask the woman's age. It's her brother. The guy thinks you're in the same age range. Rob went out with his future wife. She was in her mid-30s. She was a teacher. She was a tutor on the side. She was brutally shy. Communication was awkward, but her English was excellent. After a few dates, she opened up. She was smart. She was educated. She was pretty. She was very picky, which is why she was in her mid-30s and single. She wasn't chasing American guys. It was just a blind date set up by her brother. My friends and I have a combined 73-year age gap. Let's deduct Rob's 18 years. Now there's a 55-year age gap. Rick will also be there on Friday. He has a rule, 20 years younger max. Rick just wants to date a woman who does not want any more kids. So he's looking for a woman in her early 40s. Rick bumped into a woman at the mall. She was 40 years younger than he was. Rick broke his own rule. There was a woman, she was gorgeous, but she had so much drama in her life. So Rick ended it with the woman 40 years younger than he was. In an elevator in his building, he met a woman. She's 25 years younger than he is. He lives in the newest and nicest building in Eastwood. The woman has something going for her. She lives in an upper middle class area like Eastwood. She's employed, excellent job, impeccable English. So Rick broke his own rule by dating a woman 25 years younger than he is. He could have stayed with a woman 40 years younger, except he'd have a life full of pointless drama. We are all not shooting for the youngest woman. It's the woman who's the best match. 55-year age gap, deduct his 25. That's my age gap, 30 years with my wife. When I came to Manila, I was dating a wealthy woman 1 year older than me. She had a law degree from UOP, University of the Philippines, and an MBA from Stanford. She's kind of a celebrity in the business community. We didn't work out. So I started to date and I ended up with a woman 30 years younger than me. That's a 31-year swing because I was dating an older woman. But I picked the woman who's the best match for me. They are organic relationships. We're not all shooting for 18-year-olds. What about this 48-year-old age gap? That seems insane. Why did that Filipino want to marry an ancient guy born during the Great Depression? She wanted some things. She wanted a father to her 3-year-old daughter. She wanted her daughter to have U.S. citizenship, and she had a medical issue she wanted fixed. This woman was wall-eyed. The medical term for this is exotropia. One of her eyes looks forward and the other eye looks off to the side. I'm being completely serious about her medical condition. She wanted, as part of her marriage, access to U.S. insurance to have her eyes fixed. I know it sounds like I'm making a joke. A priest, a rabbi, and a monkey go into a bar. The bartender's wall-eyed. There's no such joke. She genuinely was wall-eyed. The reasons she had to marry an older guy were not even her top reason. She married a guy 48 years older than she was, even though he could not fulfill her top desire, her top reason for marrying an American. He was 75, retired. He lived in a trailer. He was not well off. For an aeronautical engineer, he was not leading a luxurious retirement. Did this woman leave him right after she arrived in America? No. She started going to work every day. Her first jobs were in department stores. She brought in more money so they could live a better life. Her husband took care of her 3-year-old. Over the next few years, the woman worked better and better jobs. After 10 years, she had a job with great health insurance and she fixed her eyes. She was no longer wall-eyed. There is one perk I've mentioned before in one of my other videos. If you have a kid under 18 and you're on Social Security, you can collect money for that kid until they are 18. This applies to step kids too. So as a couple, they had that extra income in addition to her salary. Today, she's a citizen. Her daughter is a citizen. In May, her daughter graduated high school. So why did this relationship end in early 2025? Well, she quit her job. And that's related to why it ended. He was 88 years old. She had been with him nearly 14 years, and it was his time. She spent the last 3 months of his life caring for him. She had to quit her job to become a full-time caregiver. She didn't leave him for a younger man. She didn't leave him for a richer man and an easier life. Will your life be that good from 75 until you turn 88? There was one thing she wanted, and he never gave it to her. She wanted a mixed race baby. She wanted a baby from a white guy. I don't know why, but that was her number one reason for marrying a foreign guy. And she still married him, even though he had a vasectomy. I'd get an email from her every couple of years. I made this video because she emailed me earlier in the week to tell me that her husband had passed away. She's in shock and she's going through a grieving process. She's 40, but maybe in 5 years, she'll be ready to date again. If you're the lucky guy who lives in Orange County and you date her in 5 years, she is a keeper. And to all you who say 48 years is too much of an age gap, she'll leave him. Go F yourself. Catch you in the next one.